So, I'm working on self-mastery. And how do you do self-mastery is learning your unconscious world, bringing that to the conscious, right? Being very self-aware, okay? So, in doing that, I'm looking at my triggers. So, I'm living my life normally, and I'm using journaling and reflection to pinpoint the areas where I'm like in my belly, I'm just feeling like a whole knot of just emotions just straggling around, and I just work through it. Okay, so here's an example, real life example. One of the triggers I have is some people asking me about my job, like how is that going, depending on what how much they know. It's like they'll either ask specifically, oh, how's yoga training going, or how my aunt would say, how's the job hunt going? Okay, cool. So that trigger, right, because I'm on a spiritual awakening journey. I'm awakened, and I'm stepping into my role that I came here to fulfill, okay? And just gaining confidence in that. And so, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, right, so real life example is, when people ask me that, like, oh, how's yoga training going? Specifically, that happened this morning. Okay. And literally, it's like I'm trying to not suppress the emotions and all the thoughts that come in so fast, just and then I just say good. Right? Let me just show you an example of exactly. I was like, okay, let me write out exactly what I would say if I wasn't, wanting to be, I don't know, keep my world and this journey protected and safe, and you know what I mean? Okay, so let me show you. So it's like, I was like, hey, how's yoga training going? So it's going good, That's what happens. Literally, that's what happens. And all I said, you see how many words are in there? How many emotions are rolling through there? And all I was in the state that I was in the point of my evolution that I was in, all I could say was good, breathe and say good. Even if I don't say this to anybody, you know what I'm saying? I can say it to myself because it's actually important, so that I can release it and I can nurture myself through it and show myself compassion, because I know what I need to feel secure, and I am offering that for myself. And that is the greatest gift you can ever give yourself, is being the safe space that you've always needed your entire motherfucking life. Okay? So I implore you to journal. I implore you to reflect, because that's how you kind of bypass the ego, because I heard that one day and I was like, makes sense. That's how you know you're not just moving in totality in the ego, is when you pause to reflect. Because if you're just bulldozing through, ego can just be like, we don't need all that. Ego is not the villain. We can just integrate everything that's you. And listen, you might not be wondering, but you might be wondering what's going on with your hair. we just had an eclipse, right? All right. And I was on my menstrual cycle. That's you're the and I'm awakened, right? And I'm opening up my spiritual gifts and all that. And I'm highly intuitive. I'm very sensitive, okay? And an eclipse is a very intense energy, and it is an energy of release, of clearing, right? Okay? And guess what cancers usually do? They hold on to shit that they don't need to be. So this shit would, and cancers rule by the moon. So a total lunar eclipse, right? And it was like, what, in Aries? The most fiery motherfucker of all time. Okay, so you got that, right? And I'm on my period. We got 3 things. That's Venus is in retrograde. I've got 2 of just merely my rising and moon affected, okay? And we got Mercury in retrograde. Do you know how much mercurial energy I have in my chart? I was fucked, bro. So what do I have braided into my head? Selenite, dude. I needed help. And it wasn't gonna come from just standing around. I braided fucking selenite in my hair. I braided fucking black tourmaline in my shit. I needed help and it helped. Anyway, so that's why my hair is just looking like whatever the fuck. But I had to say, you know what? Hey, it's a tip. Shamanic tip. I'm calling it, I felt like a shaman doing that shit. So I'm gonna call it a shamanic tip if you want to just do that. But, yeah. Shout out.